Now we have our prepped bridge from our doctor. We have our abutment, our pontic where the missing tooth is, and our abutment. We have our bite, and now we have our turbo temp. We're always going to start with a new tip. The tip is left on so the base does not get dry, so the material doesn't get wasted. So you're going to take this off by matching the little triangle with the little triangle here. Same with the new one. On the little tip itself, it has a little point. That little point and those little circles line up with this. And then you just turn it towards you or the opposite way to lock it in. So now all we do, I am going to put just a little bit of Vaseline around because this is plastic. Patient's mouth, you wouldn't have to. This is a demonstration. And we make sure we have our 18, 19, and 20. 18, 19, and 20. I'm just going to gently hold this. I'm not going to squeeze it. I'm just going to hold it. Fill it from the distal of 18 all the way to the front, holding it down on the bottom of the teeth so we don't get any voids or air bubbles. As we do this, we're just going to fill it up to where the margins are. We don't want too much extra. There we go. And our little measuring spot to know where we're at. And we know that this is the back and this is the front. So we're going to put this on just like this and then just gently place it there. We don't want to push too hard. We don't want the material to squeeze out. We don't want it to be on too many of the front teeth in front of it. Sometimes it could lock the temporary on, then the doctor would have to cut that off. We don't want that to happen. But if it does, just tell the doctor, they'll come and remove it. Our little tester. Checking to see if our material is setting up. We don't have much oozing, so that's good. You can see we just have it all around everywhere. The lingual's covered. Buckle, and it's starting to set on us.
Two hours later.
Okay, now our material is set, so it's firm, hard. You break it with your fingernail. I'm going to gently remove our bite. I'm going to wiggle it up a little bit so we don't distort anything underneath it. I'm not going to squeeze it so we don't distort anything. Gently just wiggle. Kind of pull the, you can kind of pull it off a little bit. Pull gently. Come on. It might leave the temporary behind, that's fine. And there we have our temp. You can take your Explorer and remove it from the bite. Don't see how my fingers are on this? Always have a fulcrum. I'm using a sharp instrument in my hands, and when you're in the patient's mouth, you always want to have a fulcrum so you have stability. We can take our scissors. We can cut around everything here. Just cut that excess off. We don't need it. This cut's real easy. Makes everything, when you adjust, a lot easier when you don't have all of this excess stuff. Okay. Make sure nothing's inside of it when you put it back on. It doesn't stop the way it fits. Place it back on. And there's a bridge. 18, 19, 20. Now we just have to adjust it. Take this, go around the edges, around the edges here, around the edges there. There's our contact and our contact. We don't have a distal contact. Going to take our handpiece, hold it in our thumbs with our fulcrum, and gently bring this around. take off any of the excess that I can down to that spot. We want to make it nice and smooth. Don't want to have any rough spots. These are round, not squares. Always holding your temporary so you have a good hold on it. They like to fly. And just making everything a little rounded. You can always add to these with composite material. So if you have a void or an imperfection that you don't like, don't worry, you can fix it. Make this nice and rounded. I'm gonna go over here and kind of come up, take all that away, round it off, round our edges. Don't worry, we can fix it. That's the good thing about a temporary. They're fixable. And they're only a temporary. Patients only wear them for about 2 weeks. So 2 to 4 weeks, depending on what they've had done. So there's the temporary on the inside. Nice and around, and on our outside. You can take it, round it, and I can add a little bit to it.